Welcome to the Giants series postgame show. I am David, and what I like to talk about is the San Francisco Giants of what they've done in their latest series, and sometimes I talk about what has happened around Major League Baseball that I actually care about. Now, the Giants swept the A's in grand fashion, showed them who the boss was and who the best team in the Bay Area was. Now, the Orioles come into town. Now, the Orioles and the Giants do not play at all because they are part of the AL East. Now, the Orioles always felt that they need to be out of the AL East because everybody there is just so much better than they are. I mean, you got the Yankees, you got the Red Sox, and you got the Blue Jays, who are all above 500, and some of them almost have 50 games won. I'm talking about the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Well, the Orioles come to town, and in Game 1, they get crushed, 10-2. Pat Burrell gets a second home run as a Giant. And I got to say that Pat Burrell, when he got cut from the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, he thought that his career was over. And this was his last chance. Well, now he's looking fresh and ready to play. And I cannot believe how much he has changed this lineup for the San Francisco Giants. I mean, coming in, we didn't have that reliable bat that could consistently hit. But now, it seems like since he's got here, everybody's starting to hit and starting to produce. And that gets the pitching to say, hey, I can trust my batting, and look what's happening. The Giants are actually starting to win. That was the fourth win, the 4-game winning streak. Now, Game 2. Game 2 was kind of a letdown. The Giants lost 4-1. They only had 3 hits in that game, and one of them was Pablo Sandoval's home run. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, if they only got 3 hits, God, this batting lineup sucks. Well, you got to think. They got 10 runs, I think on 11 hits yesterday, and some days the bats are not there, some days the bats are there, and that was one of the days that wasn't. Well, one thing I did like though was that Martinez came from the AAA to come up and pitch for Wellemeyer. Well, Martinez, he did not have a great game, but he did have a pretty good game. The bats were not there for him, so he lost. But the thing that I want to talk about with Martinez is that, if you remember last year, there was one Giant that got hit in the head off a line drive. And that was him. He was very shaken up over that. I don't even know what his injuries were after that hit. I know if it was me, I'd probably be dead on the street corner right now. But he comes back like a champ, and actually he was looking pretty good. I thought I wanted Bumgarner, but I think he could do. I think that he looks like he's ready to, become a good, reliable pitcher, unlike Wellemeyer. Wellemeyer, I hope that when he comes back, he's either in the bullpen to be our long reliever when we need it. But Martinez is good for right now. Now, Game 3. Giants win the series with a 6-3 victory. Now, this was one of these games that the Giants looked like, hey, we're sorry about our last game, but we're ready to play today. We're all rested and ready to go. And they won 6-3 with Huff and Uribe having back-to-back home runs. And the great thing about that was before they got the back-to-back home runs, Lincecum got hit right on the shoulder on a line drive. Everyone thought, oh my God, our savior got hit, right. Luckily it wasn't his pitching arm, but he got hit. At any time that anything happens to Lincecum, every single Giants fan just holds their breath and going, oh no, could this be it? But no, Lincecum looks really, really good in this game. He pitches, I think, about 7 innings, and, I mean, he did have a lot of pitches. I think he had 100 pitches in 6 innings. And you know what? He needs to get that down. But I can forgive him this time because he did only allow, I think, 1 run. No, 2 runs. 2 runs. But in the next series... Oh, wait. Before that I talk about the next series, I want to talk about how much the Giants' lineup has changed. Now, I'm going to read off what the Giants' opening day starters were. Roland, Renteria, Sandoval, Huff, DeRosa, Molina, Bowker, and Uribe. Now, it's amazing, though, how many of those guys that were in the first day are not there anymore. Not in the starting lineup whatsoever. Torres is our number 1 batter. Sanchez, Both of those guys were not even in the starting lineup during the first game. Huff is still there. Uribe's still there. But the amazing thing about Uribe was batting last, and now he's one of our best hitters that we have on this team. Pat Burrell, as I said at the beginning of the show, Pat Burrell's come in and changed up this whole entire Giants. Buster Posey, another one that's come and changed up this whole entire lineup. Sandoval's batting in the 7th hole, which I think that's good, because he is not that power hitter that we need. He needs to know that, hey, he has a kind of like the Barry Zito type of thing, where he cannot be the number one guy, where he feels like he has too much pressure. That's what I thought was happening in the second month of the season. But now he's starting to come back. And then Molina. Molina's our catcher, which I really don't mind that Molina's our catcher. Because seriously, we have Posey and we have Whiteside. Now next year, he's going to be gone. We know that. But for this year, with how well he pitches with the pitchers, I can kind of forgive him with his bat. I mean, his bat does seem a little bit to be coming back. Not the way it was last year in his best season he ever had. But if you notice, he's actually started to open up his stance. Molina had a very close stand at the beginning of the year. And then I think it was Bruce Bochy came out to him and said, look, here's how you hit on your best year that you had last year. You had open stance. Now try it again. And he may not be getting the hits, but I can tell that his contact is a lot stronger and the hits will come. Now, the next series we have is Giants versus Blue Jays. Blue Jays. I don't really know as much about them just because they're from the AL East, and I'm kind of getting sick of this whole, we have to face the AL team in the middle of the year. I would rather see the Giants play against the National League because those games actually mean something. These Blue Jays and Oriole games, I care less about. But anyways, the Giants have Barry Zito going up for game 1, Matt Cain going up for 2, and Sanchez for 3. Now, with the way the Giants are hitting and with the way that the Giants are pitching, I can say that that the Giants are gonna win 2 out of 3. Now, if they do anything more than that, that'll be amazing. But I won't hold my breath because they are going to Toronto. Now, the Giants need, as I said in my first episode, is that the Giants do need to start getting some wins on the road. And this is where it's going to start. With a batting lineup like this that's been coming up and showing us that, hey, these guys got some real, not pop, but they got hits. They're starting to play like a smart team. Starting to get the hits and not going for just the home run after home run after home run like the Phillies do or Cincinnati does. So, I got to say, I'm liking what the Giants are doing, and I'll see you guys next week.